Heyo people! Welcome to what the rest of the game is gonna be like. That's right, we have Bard now. I'm surprised they released it right away. What did we suffer a week without heals for? You'll get used to seeing everyone sub Bard right away because a lot of players, including me, are gonna be using it. Why? Because it just makes sense. The heals are obviously gonna be big, but the key thing that makes it a great sub is the tunes. Every time you use a healing based skill like Ballad, which has a very short cooldown even as a sub-weapon, you gain a Tune of March which stacks up to 3 times. Right now, all we need to worry about is that means you have a nice 3% detail damage buff, but it has pen as well. That's later content though, that's like 70 plus. Remember that your subclass's purpose is more to assist in buffing your main class than it is to do damage on its own. So for example, as a Star Caller, I may use Wizard to apply a 3% lightning defense debuff and get a small heal and cleanse that's got a really long cooldown, but Bard's 3% detail damage will amp all my damage, and it has more heals. It's basically a no-brainer that Bard has more utility here. When your cooldowns are tripled, you can't count on your subskills for damage output. As for main Bard, you can choose to invest in your Storm or Holy skills, and I suppose you can go for Lightning around Ambient Drone, but its cooldown is more than 4 times Storm Song. Personally, I've decided to go for a full support Bard on my second character, and I haven't invested much yet, but here's what I've got so far. That's a full set of Titan armor, which has the benefit of reduced damage taken, and then I crafted it with a full set of grace cores for HP and heal bonus. But you can see that I have Forsaken damage, and that's not really the only way to handle Bard, as the majority of your heals are affected by your damage, and yes, your crit rate counts for heals too. You can critical heal. I mentioned tunes before, but here's the full explanation. Every time you use a healing skill, you get 1 Tune of March and lose 1 Tune of Harmony, and every time you use a combat skill, the opposite happens. The March tunes that you get from healing increase your damage, and the Harmony tunes you get from attacking increase your heals, including converting Holy Notes and Healing Harmony into AoE heals instead of single target. It will take a while to get there, but once you get to level 60 Mastery, either side, you'll be able to build both sides of tunes at the same time so you can have both amped up together. Same as with the other classes, right now I'm recommending a full speed build and full def for your points. Anyway, enough about Bard. We had some small fixes across this week that they were handing out LP for, so make sure you exchange the codes for 7k and 15k LP before next maintenance. Got those down below. So, what are the fixes? Well, to start, the move speed node's being fixed to 10% instead of 1%. Honestly, considering how much other stuff has been nerfed, I wasn't positive that was an error until they fixed it. And with all the day 1 players losing their 100% move speed buff, it's just in time. Don't forget you can grab 15% more move speed in your weapon mastery as well. It's almost a shame I rushed out that matchmaking video since they've changed everything about it now. They've adjusted the targets and rewards at least. So the good news is that the changed targets are now the bosses, so no more wasting time on the sand crystals, and all of the dungeons are possible to do. There's no more impossible targets. The rewards adjustment, however, is a little bit more on the negative side. Every box now drops only 1 coupon, but at least they removed the 50 LP one and added a 1000 LP coupon. The contents of each box for the different levels are all the same, but the probability for 1000 LP starts at 1% on the Alabaster level 30 box and goes up from there. Ultimately, it is less LP, but again, now every dungeon works, so it's a trade-off. Just make sure you get in that matchmaking. And watch out, because you might end up with a super speedy party like mine that's gonna run off at the speed of light. You don't need to hit the bosses for it to work, so you will still get your LP even if they do run too fast, but you might miss out on some drops if you can't keep up. Just a couple of notes, the Dragon King instance box is actually level 65 because it's a level 65 instance, so you can't open it. And the Infernal Abyss is the last boss of the final hall. And since I brought it up, sadly I am not geared up enough to handle the Lament of the Thunder Dragon, but I can talk to you about the 2 accessory sets it can drop, if you can. The Thundery Rage set has increased storm skill damage and damage to storm targets, and you have the Demonic Interloper set, which is the same but for Holy. These are unlikely to be meta options, neither has speed, but I can't get them for testing, so if you have them, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that. Personally, I want to hold out for Flockia set from the Sky Dragon dungeon. If it has the same effect as before, it will probably be meta choice for a while. Anyway, moving on, we have a small quality of life adjustment. For the 3 level 55 dungeons in Fortification and Eidolon mode, they cut back the spawn sequences and made it so you can tell it right from boss to boss, so you can get through without all the long walks. They sped up the spawn animation in actually all of them, especially like Godai Glen, which had a really long spawn animation for the last boss, but you do still have to run those. Hopefully they'll set up the teleporters in everything in the next couple of patches. And lastly, they added the Banoleth World Boss, but they are a little different from what we're used to on the OG server. They're on an 8-hour respawn timer, and my friends that tried it out said Banny is too strong right now, and it took a large group over half an hour to take him down. They can drop LP, titles, and some gear, but it's probably just going to be gear for archive, so you don't feel like you really need to farm him. Anyway, that should be what you need to know about Bard and what's up this week, so make sure to get those 2 big LP codes from the comments below, and we'll catch you guys next time.